Ravi was never the kind of man who believed in miracles. Every morning he arrived early at the small regional airport where he worked as a part-time aircraft mechanic. Grease under his fingernails, worn-out boots, and a fading dream in his heart. It had been years since he hoped for anything beyond survival. He was good with machines, better than most, but life had been unkind. Debts piled up, his small garage had shut down, and this airport job was the only thing keeping his tools in his hands. That afternoon, everything changed. The sun blazed overhead when a private jet descended rapidly, making an emergency landing. Its engines sputtered, lights flickered erratically, and it stopped awkwardly at the edge of the tarmac. Ground staff scattered in confusion. Mechanics rushed around, but none seemed to know what to do. Ravi watched quietly from his workstation until a frantic voice called out, "Electrical failure. Everything's dead. We need someone now." Without waiting for instructions, Ravi grabbed his toolbox and walked over. "Sir, the onboard systems are fried. We've got Ms. Malhotra on board. We can't afford this delay," the pilot said, sweating nervously. Ravi peered into the engine bay and the wiring system. Within seconds, he saw it, overheating due to mismatched components, faulty repairs, a minor issue made major through careless hands. "I'll need 30 minutes, he said. "You have 20, the pilot replied. With sleeves rolled and eyes sharp, Ravi dove in. The heat was merciless, the pressure intense, but his mind was calm. He was in his element. One wire at a time, one connector at a time. Sparks flew, sweat poured, but the system started blinking again. Exactly 21 minutes later, the power returned. Cockpit screens lit up, the lights stabilized, engines hummed. The pilot let out a breath of pure relief. You did it. You actually did it." Ravi wiped his forehead, just needed the right hands. Before he could leave, the jet's door opened. A figure stepped out. Elegant, composed, and striking, the woman behind the name on everyone's lips. Anya Malhotra, billionaire entrepreneur, investor, and one of the most powerful women in the tech world. She walked straight up to Ravi. "You fixed it?" she asked. Ravi nodded, unsure of what to say. Her eyes studied him, not his dirty clothes or messy hair, but him. "You just saved me from canceling a deal worth millions," she said calmly. "And I assume you're not even part of the primary tech crew?" "No, ma'am, just a backup mechanic," he replied, slightly embarrassed. She smirked. "I like backup plans. They tend to be better than the originals." Then she paused. "I'd like to know more about the man who fixed my jet with nothing but a toolbox and grit." Before Ravi could respond, she turned toward the stairs of the jet and looked back once. "Well, are you coming?" He hesitated, then followed her inside. Ravi stepped into the jet, feeling like he'd entered another world. Cream leather seats, mahogany panels, soft ambient lighting. It was luxury he'd only ever seen in magazines. Everything smelled like wealth, but Anya Malhotra's presence overpowered even that. She sat gracefully, offered him water, and motioned for him to sit across from her. "I don't usually invite strangers aboard," she began, crossing her legs. "But you're not just any stranger, are you?" Ravi smiled awkwardly. "Just a mechanic doing his job." "No, you're a problem solver, calm under pressure, intelligent, resourceful," she said, studying him like a business pitch. "Those are rare traits, even rarer outside of boardrooms." Ravi shrugged. "I don't have degrees or a shiny resume, just experience." "Experience," she repeated thoughtfully. "And instinct. You trusted yourself more than the expensive engineers I hire?" There was a silence, not awkward but intense. "I was on my way to finalize the biggest deal of my life," she said. "If I missed that window, it would have cost me millions. You saved it. But more than that," she paused, "you made me feel something I haven't felt in years. Safe." Ravi looked stunned. No one had ever said that to him. She leaned forward, voice softer now. "I've met thousands of men in tailored suits with silver tongues. Not one of them looked at me the way you did, without fear, without pretense. Just honesty." "I wasn't trying to impress," he said simply. "Exactly," she whispered, smiling. Her assistant peeked in nervously. "Ma'am, should I tell Singapore team you'll be late?" No, tell them I'm canceling. The assistant blinked. But Do it, she said firmly. Then she turned to Ravi, stood up and walked over to him. What would you say, she asked, if I told you I'm tired of calculated decisions and cold logic? That today, for the first time, I want to follow something illogical. He looked up at her, confused but intrigued. She smiled wider and knelt in front of him. The world froze. Ravi, she said, I don't know your past, your struggles, or your dreams, but I know what I felt today, and I don't want to walk away from it. Marry me. He blinked. Wait, what? I'm serious. Marry me, right here, right now. Ravi laughed in disbelief. You don't even know me. I know enough, she said, and I trust my instinct. Do you? He stared into her eyes, powerful yet vulnerable, rich yet real. No games, no lies, just a bold woman and a mechanic on a runway where the universe had paused just for them. After a long moment, Ravi stood up. You really are crazy, he said. She nodded. The good kind. He grinned. Then yes, let's be crazy together. As the sun dipped below the runway, the engines roared again. But this time it wasn't just a flight taking off. It was a new life, from Greece to grace, from runway to forever.